Hi, I'm Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist, trainer, and coach. And I have a compilation of questions I'm going to answer today. But before I start sharing the questions and the answers, hit that subscribe button because I have a whole lot more content coming out on how to use LinkedIn and Sales Navigator as business tools. All right, so here's question number one. If I send an invite to someone with a note and I withdraw that invite, does the email and the note go away? Now let me show you what I did. I did a test. So I sent an invite to a lady by the name of Reva. And in the invite, I had a message. Now, you can see over here, I've already Reva has already messaged me. I sent her the invite, I withdrew it. But before I withdrew it, she messaged me. And look, here's where I sent her the message. Oh, it went away. So I sent an invite to a lady named Reva. And in the invite, I said, really good to see you here today. And then before she accepted the invite, she responded back with me and she simply said, hi Teddy. There it is at 10:10 today. Hi, Teddy. But here's what's really strange. Then I withdrew the invite and my message to her went away. Let's see if it went to archived. It's not in archived either. So the message that was in my invite, the personal note that was in my invite went away. And all I have that remains is at 10:10, she said hi to me, but she responded to the invite message. And my invite message is gone. This is previous messaging / testing. If I go look at her profile, which I have permission to do, you can see there's no invite pending from me. It went away. And in messaging, you can see the only thing left is in December 8th, I said hi to her, and then she said hi back to me. This is back when we were connected. This is a testing account. So to answer your question clearly, whether they saw the message or not, if you include a message, personal note in the invitation, when after you withdraw that invite, that personal note also goes away. Hit the subscribe button if you like the information and knowledge you're getting from this conversation. Here's question number two. How do I write the best LinkedIn profile? First person or third person? Now, first person is clearly you speaking to the reader. Third person is someone else speaking to the reader on your behalf. Now, here's why I recommend first person. This is your personal LinkedIn profile. When people are viewing your personal LinkedIn profile, they expect for you to personally be speaking to them. So all the content you put in your LinkedIn profile, your headline, your about section, your experience sections, etc., I strongly encourage you to be speaking to your target audience. Not everyone, but you to be first person speaking to your target audience, using words that resonate with them. That is a much more appropriate personal LinkedIn profile is for you to be speaking to them. If you like the content, if you like what I'm sharing here, hit that subscribe button because I have a whole lot more content coming out on using LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. Here's the next question. What's the optimum amount of time between posts or frequency for a company page to be posting content? Here's my thought. Do what you can sustain, but do not post any content more than once a day. But you must find a frequency that you can sustain. And I believe that as a company page, once a day might be too much, especially if you're also trying to use your own personal profile to share and engage in conversation. Now, no more than once a day. Do something you can sustain. However, there's another perspective to this. Instead of you always looking for content or creating content that is highly relevant to your target audience, which, by the way, is not always content about your company. Instead of you looking and trying to create that content all the time, what you might want to do is look for ways to engage on content that is relevant to your target audience and engage as the company page. If you see here right now, I'm in as a super admin. If you go to the activity page, you can see if I go look at this piece of content right here, this is really important. You got to learn how to do this. Learn how to use this variable here, ampersand, actor company ID, uppercase and lowercase as you see it, and your company number. If you grab that and if you practice adding that to the URL of other content, then it'll give you the opportunity to engage on other content as your company page. So look for ways to engage on your target audience, maybe your ideal client, maybe your client's content as your company page. But don't do that a whole lot. Do that a few times a week, because again, where the greatest value is on LinkedIn is in the human-to-human engagement, not the company page to company page engagement or the company page to human engagement. Engage as a person, and you'll get far greater value using LinkedIn as a business tool than always trying to post content and engage as a company. But to answer the question, no more than once a day, pick a frequency you can sustain long term, and instead of always posting content or creating content, look for ways to engage as the company as well as to give content that is meaningful and relevant to your target audience. This varies for everybody, but it starts with what you can sustain long term. If you like the ideas and the conversation I'm sharing, hit that subscribe button. I got a lot more content coming out. Let's go to question number 4. Why do people who are unknown to us want to connect with us? And is it good? What's the word that was used? Is it healthy for us to connect with people who we don't know? So here's my answer. I get invites all the time from people who do not know me. And so before and often without a comment, sometimes with a personal note, but regardless, before I accept the invitations that I get from people who I do not know, which assumably means they don't really know me, not always, but assumably, that I engage with them first. I will message them back, which is why I do all that work from right here. It's called the invitation manager. I will message them back, or I will send them a message, whatever the right process is, because from this page I can always reply or message. And I validate who they are and why they want to connect with me first before I accept that invite. And if they don't respond in 1 week, and if they don't respond in a meaningful way, I don't accept the invite. I just simply hit the ignore button. So is it healthy? Yes, if it's a relevant invite from someone who's relevant to you in your business, your career, or your goals of using LinkedIn. But validate who they are before you accept that invite. Here's the next question. What's the best way to engage with your target audience, your ideal client? Cold call, cold email, or LinkedIn invite? Now here's my answer. Neither. I think the best way to engage initially with your target audience, your ideal client, that prospect or lead, is to get introduced to them. If they don't know me and I don't really know them, I want to find a mutual connection who can introduce me to them. Which, by the way, is one reason why I keep my LinkedIn network growing and I keep it rich, which means I engage with everyone I connect with, so that I can ask permission to get introduced to mutual connections where relevant appropriately. And again, the people I asked to get introduced to are my ideal client, my target audience, or their influencers. So my answer is, instead of cold call or cold email or a cold LinkedIn invite, Get introduced to them first. Now, if I can't get introduced to them, then I'm going to look for a way to engage with them on social media before I cold call, cold email, or cold LinkedIn invite. Because if I engage with them on LinkedIn and they actually see the engagement and, better yet, engage back with me, then there's no longer the word cold associated with that email, that phone call, that invite. So that's my answer. No cold call, no cold email, no cold invite. Get introduced or bump into them on some place you can on social media or in real life before I email, call, and or LinkedIn invite. Here's the last question in this compilation of LinkedIn questions and answers. Should I put my LinkedIn profile URL on Indeed and my resume? Yes. If your LinkedIn profile clearly represents you, if your LinkedIn profile speaks clearly about who you are, what you do, what you have done, what you can do, what you are interested in doing, relevant to your career goal, then absolutely put your LinkedIn profile everywhere you can. Put it on your resume, put it in your email signature, put it in your profile on Indeed and Monster, Career Builder, Ladder, etc., etc., etc. You want people to see your LinkedIn profile so that the right person will discover you either through your resume or through that job board profile, but most importantly, through your LinkedIn profile where you tell the bigger story. Again, about who you are, what you do, what you can do, what you have done, and what you want to do. So absolutely share your LinkedIn profile everywhere that it's relevant. I'm Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator, strategist, trainer, and coach. And if these ideas and this information is helpful, hit that subscribe button so you can get more.